Well, hello. Welcome back to the show. My name is Uncle Warren the Guru, and for those that don't know me, I am a person in a space that likes to teach you guys how to do, well, how to control the flow, how to develop, how to be a creator, how to make fucking money. With that being said, today's episode is a little special. We're going to be diving into making this space a business, not just by fluke, but a business. A lot of times I see guys, shout out to my boys out there in the Kinesis Discord, but I see them losing money specifically due to damn snipers. Damn you snipers. You motherfuckers are getting good ever since the peppermint days. So, today, I'm going to walk you and embark you into a journey on how to essentially create a business with all your tools, whether it be whatever bundler or mass sniper you have. How do you make it a business so that way you don't have to feel like you're essentially gambling, right? I know a lot of times in this space, like I said, you see people doing quick launches, making maybe 1, 2, 3 plus soul within the matter of minutes to seconds. I was never hip to that type of style of deploying just because a lot of shit can be uncontrollable, especially if you don't have like the best node and the best, system. So I particularly like to build up contracts on the low where people essentially are not very looking at it because there's not very much volume coming in. Build the chart, paint the charts, build the holder distribution, and then advertise and wait. And then simply have an organic floor being built up to dump whenever you can. Then people will feel more obligated to hold rather than a quick scalper. So what I want to do, honestly, is just dive into Telegram, right? Let's dive into Telegram. Let's actually, I have about 152 subscribers in one of my Telegram groups. I'm going to completely revamp this group into like a free alpha play, but in reality, what it's really going to be is one, people are going to obviously get word on my courses and my videos via my RSS feed indicator in there. But ideally, I want to be able to bring more and more extra liquidity in there, so that way we can hype them up for particular projects, and to the point where hopefully they don't become extra liquidity. It's really the people outside of the group that becomes extra liquidity because this is a buy on positions. So let's jump right into it so that way we can kind of give you a 411 on all this shit. Okay, bam, drop the fucking ball. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was kind of late, but all right, better late than never. So let's drop into this. Okay, first thing first. So I don't need to simply go into how to create a channel, but I already have a channel created. I'm going to go ahead and go into the actual settings of this channel so that way we can actually do some things that's going to be needed to prep this for being a printer. Ideally, what we're going to do essentially is automate the process of people coming into the channel, but we want to be able to control narrative. We want to be able to also know that no one can FUD our bags and be able to have as many bids as possible. So the first thing I'm going to do is work on the emojis, because a lot of times in these specific channels, specifically in Telegram, not groups, but channels, the only way a form of communication or at least feedback from the other side of the community is by them giving their the reaction, so to speak, as far as how they react to certain things. Now, at the moment, the available reactions, as you see, are very positive. Everything in here that you see represents positivity, which means that if anything happens, let's just say I, rug or something, well, guess what? They're only going to be able to essentially emoji that with a positive reinforcement so that other people can also, do the same thing. Now, below that it says you can also create your own emoji packs, use your the best reactions, maximum number of reactions, 5 reactions per post. So, for me, 11 reactions per post is fine. And this is pretty much it. When it comes down to it, everything else outside of these parameters will essentially be ignored. There's not going to be any type of skull emojis, no type of fucking, you know, bad, tombstones or whatever it may be, people are going to react in positivity or nothing at all. Okay, so that's first. So let's go ahead and click on save. From there, obviously make sure you got a nice profile picture alongside with a cool name for your alpha channel or your group. Mine's called Alpha Omega Delta Calls, AOD. Free inner circle alpha plays with basically the X sign with a bullet hole through it. Direct messages is currently turned off as well. Now, as far as group discretion, no, we don't want any of the group discussing anything. We want to be able to control the narrative, and that's it. We will turn on auto translate message. Now, these are for like basically level ones. It was what, 8 or something like that. Right now, my Telegram is pretty much level 0. But if you do invest into yourself or into your business, you could essentially, up your level so that way you have customary things in your channel that makes it out. It makes it stand out. It makes people want to be in there. So going through that as your will. But for now, I'm gonna leave it as is. All right. So we have done reactions. Invite links is pretty cool because you're gonna be able to create multiple different links. Therefore, you can find out who's coming from where. So, for example, mine, I have like Pump Fun Invite, Twitter, YouTube, Discord. I'm able to basically find out where they came from, right? And essentially allows me to see like, okay, these guys, are coming from this type of thing or that kind of thing. So it just helps out. All right, so I'm gonna hit done on that. Beyond that, you make sure you are admined up with, whoever you trust. Your subscribers are there. You can pretty much call this a day. Hit save there. Now, what I want to do as well is I want to bring a couple different things in this group to spice it up a little bit. So currently, I already have a bot. Now, if you can go into my settings one more time, and I'll give you a little bit of an update as far as like how things are pretty much automated. So go into manage channel again, and then from that point on, you want to go to my admins. So I'll go into admins. And as you see, we have the RSS app and the feed reader app. So basically how it's currently operating is that the RSS.app is essentially connected to my YouTube channel. And so whenever my YouTube channel uploads and posts things, then essentially that's what also gets posted and updated as well in this channel. Now, what I'm also going to do as well is I'm going to automate a couple other things in here right in front of your eyes, just so that way you guys can have a sense as far as how to continue to keep the audience titillated, and then also to hook them back so that way anytime you want to do an actual project or deploy something, you pretty much have all hands on deck to basically bid into what you're about to deploy. So with that, any further ado, let's jump into that. So like I said, we already have the RSS.app feed. I want to introduce you to another feed here. Let's close this real quick. All right, save. So if we go down here to the auto forward messages, I find this bot to be pretty cool. I actually have used it for a few years now, and they have a paid and they have a unpaid portion. Now, the bot is pretty simple. What it simply does is takes information from another channel or a group and directly forwards it into your channel or group, pretty much automatically. This could be used, for example, if you already are with different call groups, or if you're getting plays sent to you, you can essentially forward that and monetize that information to your discretion as long as you have access to this bot. It's very simple to use, and it also kind of walks you through on how to do this by their whole forward command help center. So what I've done already is I have several different quote unquote like aggregators or pumps. Shout out to atm.day. They have been essentially giving me plays for a long time now, so definitely check them out. I'll have a link in the description for you guys to check them out. But it's no better than actually getting these plays and forwarding them to a group for free, as long as you're able to control the narrative of your own projects, right? So when I bring things such as ATM.day or things such as, for example, early pump detector, which is another alpha aggregator that essentially helps find, 3, 4, 5, 10x's, etc., then you can essentially forward this information into your actual what? Channel. Now, one of the things that I love about the auto forward message is the ability to come off with delays and custom messages. So imagine this. Imagine the business setup where we haven't talked about bringing in people automatically yet, but we're talking about internally into the actual channel Telegram and to essentially give them information that's valuable to their time and wanting to even bring other people into the ecosystem. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So one thing is I like the ability to have custom messages, like custom messages. So before they forward, so for example, if I go back to early pump detector or the VIP here, and then any type of feed it gets me, I can set up the auto forwarder here to not only forward over the actual data from this channel, but also I can also have it forwarded so that way it has a custom message of my choice. And that custom message can also be manipulated and through time. What I mean by that is the current auto forward messaging tool here allows me not only to forward and not only to custom the data that goes to that particular group, but I also can set a delay to when that group gets it. So let me kind of give you a case study and show you, for example, how this can be used to your discretion. Imagine here, I have, again, ATM.day, I have early day pump detector. I have a few others, but these are my two go-tos at the moment, right? Specifically on Telegram. If we're on Discord, it's AlpHub all day, especially with your custom aggregators. Now, what we'll do here is we would want to set up a custom message. Specifically, we're looking for certain type of what's it called? Certain type of place, right? We don't want to forward everything. We don't want to bombard the group, but we do want to set it up so that way certain different keyword information gets sent over to our channel, and it has custom font so that way it makes people feel like, oh shit, I just missed out on this. Let me lock into this group even more so when I have the play, it can send, right? So there's a few ways we're going to do this, okay? Obviously, we're going to be showing the group for the most part that the things that we're sending are having tremendous success. Because people don't want to follow you or follow the group or even pay attention to the channel if they're not seeing success. If you're just throwing a bunch of fucking CAs out there and people are jumping in them left and right, it doesn't really help you out unless you control, again, the narrative. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to let's work with ATM.day first, because I do like their setup where they can actually track profitable wallets that, aped into this particular contract. This is something that is like almost kind of like cross your I's, dot your T's, so to speak, right? That's what I see it as. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to forward information from ATM.day. We're also going to forward information over from early pump detector. However, the only things that we're going to pull over is we're going to pull things that have certain X's. So, for example, that if we go up on here right quick here, and you'll see that it says, for example, Claude OS profit done right here, 2x. Or, BE profit done 2x. Now, first of all, people need to realize a 2x in this game is great, but it could be merely 3-4 seconds that 2x only occurred, just due to the fact that anything, for example, that starts at 10,000 market cap after maybe their bundles or micro wallets came in, as long as it gets to 20 grand, that's technically a 2x. But who's actually catching that play from that quick, that early, especially when the data is being transferred so fast and, people are essentially playing telephone with the CAs. So that's what I like to do is find, like, for example, profitable profitable CAs that have already done like a 3, 4, or 5x, and then share them. So this shows you that every freaking CA that goes to the group has a qualifier of being a sender. And the person that sees it in the group feels almost like, damn, I just lost out. However, what we need to do is capitalize off of custom messages to allow their brain to understand why they lost out and why they need to lock in for what? The CA that you're going to give them for your group. So, hopefully you're still with me here. I'm going to go ahead and do this now. Let's start off with, I said we're going to start off with ATM.day, but actually I changed my mind. We'll start off with early pump detector. Now I have access to this Telegram. It's literally $30 a month to have these plays, and sometimes doing, what we're doing here and really cultivating the monetization of this from a business perspective is way highly more profitable than what they're currently doing by just having like a alpha $30 a month situation, right? And I'm going to show you, it's not how you do it, but what you do with the information that makes it more qualifiable to be, worth your time and money. All right, so let's get going. So first thing first, we're going to go to auto forward message here. Let's go ahead and just go to start. Okay, let's do this shit. We went ahead and went to forward. I'm going to create a new task here. And we can please send command in this format: forward, add, label, source, target. So label is the identifier name of the task. We need to view examples here, and we can see simple task, one source to one target, which is what we're doing today. Forward, add, news, then boom, then that's how you would do it. And this is how the bot essentially is working. You can also do multi-source tasks as well, for multiple different things to one source to kind of kill two birds with one stone. Distribution tasks, we go forward from one source to multiple targets as well. So just an FYI. So what we need to do is we need to essentially take information directly from what's it called here, early pump, and I want to be specific here too. I want to not only take information from them, but I want to take keyword information. So if I see, like, for example, 4x, 5x, 6x, 7x, 8x, that's type of keywords that it's going to essentially scrape and bring into my channel, and then from that point on, right, I can customize information, but the name alone is the ticker. So it's like kind of sharing the CA without sharing the CA, so to speak, right? So that's some valuable information that I would like to be brought into the group consistently, because then it shows like, damn, how do you find these 4, 5, 7, 8x's? Like, let me lock in this motherfucker. It's like, let me tap in and see how this, because people get excited and shit, right? So create a new task. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me show you something. I got task 1 here. I'm going to show you a task I already have set up. So this source and my target is like, I'm going to show you how to access that shit too. But essentially, it's taking information from already this early pump detector here and sending it to my source here, which is this session group here. Now, theoretically, let's see here. So I'm going to just double check and make sure everything's working correctly, and then we'll get back. So full disclaimer, I just want to let you know that like this forwarding thing, it does have a free situation, but like, as you know, with CA addresses and shit, like a lot of shit comes out of it. So you can run out of that free credit quickly. The top of the line plan is like $12.99. They got like a diamond situation with unlimited forwarding, unlimited managed setup, forward bots, pretty much the whole nine. You got crypto filters as well. So you can watermark your shit. It's crazy. So I would definitely recommend doing that. I'm gonna actually upgrade my shit right now because I just recognized, like, oh shit, my shit's ran out. So I'm gonna do that real quick off camera. But I recommend definitely, when you're dealing with this TG bot, choosing the platinum plan. Literally, it's $12.99 a month. Like, literally, that's it. So, by the way, in case you need access, which I'm pretty sure you're going to, when it comes to specifically things such as the advanced features, such as auto posting, power scheduler, replace text, translate language, watermark, crypto mode, all that stuff. These are all light gated unless you purchase the actual software, just FYI. So I would definitely forcefully recommend you to get this shit. It's going to be worth your $1. Currently, right now, I just sent them the payment. I literally am waiting for that to go through. I will bring more videos down the line, kind of showing you guys like directly how to do this, because this is a lot. I'm gonna basically break the whole auto forwarding processing down, grabbing certain key filtered words and aggregators, sending them over with custom messages to the channel that you've created. And then we haven't even talked about how to automate the process of bringing people into the Telegram, right? That's going to be done automatically too. So I'm going to walk you literally step by step on that. So a lot of shit to go here. A lot of shit to go over here. But I will say this: I do go over it through more verbatim in my courses. So if you go to warren.guru, it's something that you guys would definitely check out. It's worth your while and time. And I also give you my one-on-one time, and really just we go over what you need help with. But what can I say? Well, I'll say this. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm simply want to show you how to turn this shit into a business. Literally, how to automate the process of people that are simply traders looking for real things to trade for. Titillating them, getting them happy, excited about specifically launching your launches, and then having more than your wallets in the pile and being fucked over by these snipers. To continuing the profit even when the volume and it seems like the trenches are down, you have a business compared to a lot of these devs that are just sending random shit that they just hope that's gonna go. But hey, what can I say? I'm not a financial advisor. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm simply a guy on YouTube. Just want to show you a little thing or two about how to make some money with this crypto thing. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.